Hey, this is In Our Lane, and I am your host, Emmeisha. You can follow me at EMMEISHA, and you can follow the podcast at _ In Our Lane. I have my wonderful co host here today, Drea.
Hi everyone, my name is Drea. You can follow me at the DREA _ the Drea.
Period. Okay, so let's get right into it. I have been reading this book. It is called Master Your Emotions. It is book 1 of the Mastery series. So the main topic for today is just going to be coming directly from this book. I definitely highly recommend that you all get this book. Okay, so we just gonna dive right in. So in chapter 2, what is the ego? It says that note that the ego is neither good nor bad. It's just a result of a lack of self-awareness. It fades away as you become aware of it, since ego and awareness cannot coexist. And so this really resonated with me because I definitely feel like I lived out of my ego for a very long time. And I didn't separate the two from like my ego and who I really am. And so now that I am discovering that it's a difference, I definitely feel very enlightened, and just a weight has been lifted off of my shoulders now that I'm not living within my ego.
For me, I don't know, like ego, I wasn't living in my ego, I was living in my pride. Like never wanting to ask anybody for help, always thinking that I could do it by myself.
That comes from your ego.
Yeah, pride and ego are the same. Pride and ego. But it's like with pride, it's like you're too proud. Like, I got it.
Yeah.
Ego is kind of like I'm better than. You don't think? What would you say is the biggest difference between pride and ego?
I just think that like the way in the book she described your ego is like that part of you where your pride resides, basically. Like ego is like the overall umbrella, and then you have pride and jealousy and greed and things like that. So that's why the book is so amazing, because she just changed my perspective to understanding, like, it's just, you just gotta read it, because I don't want to go too far in detail, but so chapter 2 definitely breaks down what is the ego, and let me share this other quote to help understand what the ego is. So it says, the ego also derives its sense of identity from your relationships with others. The ego is only interested in what it can get from them. In other words, the ego thrives on the way it can use people to strengthen its identity.
That's why I think that's the biggest difference. It's like ego is outward. Ego is like, how can I overpower? How do I make it seem like? And then pride is kind of just like, I don't need. It's like pushing people away. Like ego is kind of just like showing off. It's kind of like boastful, and then pride is just like that inner self. Like
Okay.
Okay,
so let's head on to a different chapter. I wanted to touch on the nature of emotions. So one of the quotes from the book basically states, to start taking control of your emotions, you must accept that they are transit. You must learn to let them pass without feeling. And I'm really working on that. I'm really working on acknowledging when the emotion arises within me. I'm learning to acknowledge the emotion instead of react from the emotion. So before, if something made me sad, I would cry. If something made me mad, I would get mad and retaliate. But now it's like when I recognize those things, I get quiet. When I recognize those things arousing me, I get quiet. And yeah, so I realized why when I notice my emotions starting to get the best of me, I just retreat.
Into yourself.
Yes.
I mean, emotional intelligence is a lot. My biggest thing is just like, did you say the reference was emotions or you said it was thoughts?
It said that you must learn to let them pass without feeling.
And I do meditations now. And the way that I view that is the same way I view kind of like they were saying in meditation, your thoughts. Like thoughts are kind of like cars passing by on the street, and your mind is like a dog, and a dog would be stupid to chase every single thought that passed by. So like that's how I feel about them. Like I don't let them consume me as much. If I'm feeling a negative feeling, I try to lean into it and figure out what it is, and kind of like you said, like do that internal search.
Yeah, that's crazy you mentioned that. Because in the book she says a problem can only exist in the past or in the future. And where do the past and the future exist? In your mind. To acknowledge a problem, you must use your thoughts. And thoughts exist in time, not in the present moment.
Man, if you can master your thoughts, or just like even what you pay attention to that is a thought, your life will be so much more positive.
She also says that when a thought emerges on the canvas of your mind, you don't drop it. Its pursuit will either take the form of a desire or an emotion, positive or negative. That's a quote from A Million Thoughts.
Whatever you hold on to, that's what manifests in your life. So it's every thought does not deserve your attention. You create those thoughts.
Yeah.
Which ones do you want to feed? Do you want to feed that bad one, or you want to feed that good one? You want to have a good day, you want to have a bad day.
Right.
Because that goes all into like what you let affect your day.
Exactly.
It's one event. It happened in the past, or it might happen in the future, but that's not your present.
Exactly. The book also says, quote, you are not your emotions. You are not sad. You merely experience feelings that you may call sadness at a given point in time. This is an important point. I hope you see the difference. I definitely see the difference now. I'm just merely experiencing these things. I'm not these things. So I'm not sad. I feel sadness. Just changing my language in the way that I think about the emotions and the way that I experience these things has really helped me out a lot. So yeah. So let's talk about it. Let's go to the chapter.
Do you want to take a shot?
Yeah, we can take a shot.
Okay, I'm gonna pour you one.
Okay, let's take our shot, and then we're gonna get into this. Okay, that's where I wanted to do. Oh yeah, I need some pineapple juice. I was thinking we could make mimosas with the pineapple juice and the wine.
We really could.
And then put a splash of tequila in it.
Oh my God, bitch, you trying to get fucked up.
That's how I make my mimosas.
You put tequila in your mimosa?
A shot.
Okay, bitch.
I'm telling you, it tastes so good. I'm gonna make it for you. I'm gonna make it for you.
Oh, we're gonna be fucked up. I think this one is yours.
Because of the lip gloss?
Yeah.
Thanks. That's a good indicator.
Cheers.
Oh my goodness.
Yikes.
We've been taking shots all day.
All day, y'all. It's her birthday, so.
Period.
You know how we gotta do.
It's your birthday, so you know I want to. You know that song?
Girl.
I be having to
I'm older than her.
I be having that.
That's so fucked up. Oh gosh.
Cause you be like, I don't know that song. That's Atlanta music.
No, y'all at Atlanta clubs, y'all play Atlanta music. I cannot.
Okay, let's get right into it. So we left off at let's talk about it, and I wanted to discuss this chapter called How Emotions Are Formed. And so she said, quote, recall the last time you felt anger, sadness, frustration, fear, or depression. And she gave this activity for you to do. I'm gonna let y'all know the activity. She says, write down what happens for each of the following. Interpretation, what events happened and what thoughts arose. Identification, how did you respond to these thoughts? Repetition, did you identify with these thoughts repeatedly? So that's a little activity that y'all can do, but we could talk about like the last time that we felt anger, sadness, frustration, fear, or depression. And like,
that's a lot of emotions.
Yeah. Like what happened to make those thoughts come up? And how did you respond?
That's a deep question. I'm not trying to be in my business. But I don't know. So I have PTSD. So sometimes that arises and I have negative feelings from that. And my PTSD is from childhood. So I don't know. When I feel negative emotions, I like to feel them. Like if I'm sad, I like to allow myself at least like 3 to 5 hours to sit purely in that emotion. Like if I'm crying for 3 hours straight, I'm just crying. Because it's like once you get through it, you're not sad about it anymore. Right. Like when you try to hide from it and be like, oh no, I'm not sad, and try to play tough and all that type of stuff, that doesn't help you. That doesn't help the internal you. You don't heal from it by, what's it called, like deflecting and like dissolving the emotion. So when I feel it, I feel it. Because when I don't feel that shit no more, it's gone.
Yeah. So I'm fixing our drinks right now, but I'm gonna get into it.
Miss Bartender.
Trying to do a little something.
A little something. So when you feel sad or angry, like what?
Okay, so for me, the last time I felt like this, it wasn't that long ago. Like I really had like a personal little meltdown or whatever not too long ago. And I was just feeling all of the things, and I just really had to. And it was because of the simple fact that you have your highs and your lows with everything. And I'm like not at my lowest point anymore, but I'm not too far removed from my lowest point. So, it's just this period in my life is just very like, and it's like I'm trying to just stay along the journey and just don't give up. Because every day is a new opportunity to go after everything that I want. So I'm just happy that I'm still here at the end of the day. So I just keep that in mind to keep myself going.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't like when I feel my depressed feelings. It's not really the best space to be in.
Yeah. Because it's when you sink you down there.
Yeah, and like how she was saying how like the repetition thing where it's just like I'm just constantly just thinking about the same thing over and over and over again. And she also talks about in the book about redirecting your thoughts so that you don't be just sitting there thinking about it. Because I promise you, like, I be busy, so I don't really have a lot of time to really sit in my feelings. And I do that purposefully, kind of, because it's just...
But that's not good. That's not good.
I give myself time. I carve out time to process what I'm going through. But once I'm done with that, I'm focused on other things.
That's exactly what it is. You allow yourself to feel how you feel,
and then
once
it's over, it's a wrap. On to the next,
and
it's
we got
time,
shit to do.
Yeah, I got too much going on.
Not dealing with
I need to use my time as wisely
use
as
your
possible.
energy wisely.
Use my energy wisely for sure. Okay, you guys. So we gotta move things right along for today. And I wanted to talk about for places to go, things to do, Slutty Vegan. So I love Slutty Vegan. Slutty Vegan is really, really delicious.
I never had it.
Girl, when I tell you, it's everything. Like, it's not even like, you know how people like, oh, it'd be just for the hype. No, it's the real deal.
I need to eat it.
It's really, really good.
We went to that baseball game the other day, and it was a Slutty Vegan stand right there.
Yeah, I wish I would have seen that before I ordered my hot dog.
We already got food, and then we get to our seats, and it's a Slutty Vegan at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, I should have waited.
They put that shit all the way in the back on purpose.
Yeah, the fact that it was right there by our seats, I was just like...
And the food that we got was already like $13, $15. When nobody going back? I mean, I should have. You know what? We could do that next time. Like, if we want to go to the actual one. We can go to the actual one.
Because they have the full menu. I think they didn't have the full menu at the baseball game.
That's good.
With that? Thanks.
I don't even taste the tequila.
Yeah, so... Okay, so... Let's hear from our sponsor, Nerd Square. All right, stop what you're doing and do me a huge favor by checking out this dope clothing brand called Nerd Square. If you are into anime, Marvel, biology, gaming, tech, coding, or just nerd culture in general, this brand is perfect for you. They have a wide range of apparel that will make your inner nerd feel seen. They also hooked me up with a 20% off promo code to give to you all. Use code NRNerdLane, that's INOURNERDLANE, for 20% off. Shop their IG at nerd.sq or their website nerdsq.com. All right, Emmeisha's playlist. Let's hit shuffle, you guys. Let's see what we listening to today. Ooh, I like this song. It's called Feelings for You by Xavier Omar. Why is it not playing? Did he take the song down? Oh my goodness. Let me look up it. Feelings for you. There we go. Connection to server cannot be made. Are you serious? Okay, let's just hit shuffle again because it's really acting crazy. Okay, I like this song. It's my shit.
I love it.
Back of my mind, her. It's a jam. What you got?
Okay, so this is my song all time. It's by Masego. It's called Yam.
I like that song
I
a
love
lot.
it.
It's definitely a vibe. So we're heading over to the Ask Misha portion of the podcast. If you have a question, don't forget to DM me at _ in our lane, and I promise you I will answer your question on this show. However, today we're going to play I'm Curious to Know, so y'all can get to know a little bit more about us. So go ahead and pull a card, Trey.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, I would get this question. Would you date someone who has a baby on the way? Mm-hmm. So you answer first.
I think I talked about this before, but I don't think I ever pulled that card on the podcast. If I did, I'm sorry. I just don't remember. However, y'all already know how I feel about baby daddies. I had a whole little Patreon episode about it, and the answer is no. You can't do nobody with kids. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. And this question is actually very interesting because I was talking to a nigga last year and I did not know, but he had a baby on the way. And he did not tell me until a month before the baby was due. Mind you, we had only been talking for like 3 months, 4 months at that point. So you knew when you met me, you had a baby. And you didn't tell me shit. Grimy. Okay, next card. Grimy.
That's a couple questions. Would you feel offended if your significant other never posted you on social media?
Yes.
You would feel offended?
Yes.
I wouldn't feel offended.
Because what happened was I was in that relationship for 3 years. And in the beginning of the relationship, posted me all the time. I didn't even have to ask. But then towards the end of the relationship, I noticed that he was never posting me. Like if we go on a date, I'm posting him, but he wasn't posting me. He was posting like the place that we were at or what we were doing, what we were eating. That nigga was cheating on me. So thank you for my trust issues.
Damn.
Post me. But next time I get a man, I don't want nobody to know who he is. I'm good.
Yeah, I don't feel offended because honestly, I just don't like people to be in my business. But I mean, once I get married, I feel like I don't have a problem. Like if we're just dating or we're, just hooking up, because that's what a lot of y'all niggas just be wanting to do anyways. There's no reason for you to post me. I don't want nobody to know or have anything to do with you because you're not my man. But once I get married, then it's like, okay, babe, like if you post me, I'm not gonna have a problem with it.
It's definitely giving marriage at this point in life. I don't want anybody to know we even know each other until we're married. That's how Issa Rae did it. I didn't even know she had a boyfriend.
Amen.
She was on Insecure. Nobody knew nothing about her. Like, that's gonna be me. That's gonna be me.
I 100%.
You will never know.
Cause why? For what?
For what? What's the biggest age gap you've ever had while dating?
I think I answered this one already. Oh, excuse me, guys. The biggest age gap. No, I think I answered this when we were playing by ourselves, but not on the podcast. Oh, okay. So it's okay. So my biggest age gap is I'm finna be 25, 31. So that's 6 years. Well, he's gonna turn 32. So what's that? 7 years, 6.5, 7 years, some change. So that's the biggest gap for me.
For me, dating, it would have to be like actual like dating 2 years. But we talking about just fucking, that's something else.
Well, what's the age
for fucking? Just fucking. I was 24 and he was 32. 9 years.
Okay. Sorry. I didn't want it to be on camera doing it.
I shouldn't have answered that on camera. I shouldn't have said that. Can you cut that part out?
Why was wrong?
The 9-year one. I feel like I'm just tipsy. I'm literally just answering these questions. Not even just for YouTube. Like I'm really just.
You don't want nobody to know that? And don't nobody know who it is except for that person.
Okay, I don't know. Okay. I'm lit.
As long as you don't say no names, you should be fine.
I don't want nobody to know. Like, is that weird? Like,
to date somebody that's 9+ years old.
older than me?
No.
Okay, then. Okay.
I think honestly, like, it would be a problem if someone was 15, 16, and they
That's
were
disgusting.
25, 26.
You're a predator.
Or even
You're a predator.
more than that, and you're talking to a 15, 16-year-old.
You're a predator.
But if you 20-something and you dating a man that's 40-something, that's just like, shoot.
And he know who he is. It's okay.
Exactly. So, excuse me. I'm tired, y'all. We can do one more. I don't want to use that one. Okay. Have a significant other made you mad enough to damage their property? Share the story.
I think we talked about this, but not on the podcast. A significant other, he made me mad enough to pack his shit up and put it in the hallway, but I ain't never damaged no nigga shit. I ain't do that. I should have, but I didn't.
Yeah, I never messed nobody's stuff up. I never cared that much.
It never hit that deep. Like, it hit, but it ain't hit that deep.
Yeah.
It ain't hit that deep.
No, that's just not something I'll just leave you alone.
Okay.
I'll just leave that where that's at.
You ain't worth it. Because niggas be suing when you destroy their shit. You're not getting a dime.
I wish a Negro would.
You not getting a dime.
I wish
Sorry to tell you.
I wish I would get served.
But niggas be sassy. That's the
I
thing.
wish I would
y'all
get
be sassy.
Served
y'all
for
be sassy.
what?
Y'all be sassy. I ain't finna.
But anyways, okay. Yeah. So, I think I'm ready to close it out for today. I'm lit, y'all. We had a great day today. If you like Drea being my co-host, let us know.
Y'all do.
I'm pretty sure we can keep this going if you guys like it that freaking much. But yeah, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out this book that we were discussing. I'm definitely going to come back and talk more about this book because right now I am reading the chapter on jealousy, and today I read the chapter on resentment, and I am really going through that currently right now in my life, dealing with resentment. And I spoke to you guys about that a little bit earlier, so if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If not, you need to go watch that episode or listen to that episode. So it really helped me in this current phase of my life. For example, she stated that, and this is how we're going to stay in our lane for today. This is how we're going to close it out, talking about resentment. Oh, and also I'm going to share this other point where she talked about caring about what people think of you. So, quote, moving beyond resentment is making a declaration of love to yourself so you can move on while at the same time showing compassion to others. To start letting go of resentment, we'll discuss the importance of, she's talking about, I just did this little note so I can know to come back here, but she basically in that segment of the book, she's talking about changing / reevaluating your interpretation, confronting the situation, forgiving, breaking free from identification, and forgetting and stopping the repetition. So, excuse me. So, yeah, so, and she also discussed talking about caring about what people think of you. Y'all, Part of your personal growth is to accept you don't have to be liked by everybody. And finally, you can be yourself. Yeah. That's just what it is. I talked about that already. And yeah. So okay. So yeah, so we were discussing about caring about what people think of you. And I also wanted to mention that this what shook me up this morning in my bed. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. She says, while you keep track of all of your mistakes, awkward moments, nobody else does.
That's true.
People are simply too busy worrying about themselves. In short, people don't keep track of your past failures. Read everything you post on social media. Remember your awkward moments. Think of you very often or care about you as much as you care about yourself. And that made me just really think about some things because it's just like, I think some people really do think that people care more about them than they do.
Of course.
And so I will say at one point in my life, I felt like people cared more about me than they really actually did. And then the moment that I realized that they really could care less about me, and they care more about themselves, I started worrying about myself. And once I started worrying about myself, I started being happy.
I love that. Because that's, as a people pleaser, like, you always focus on somebody else. So I love whenever a people pleaser is like, I'm going to be selfish now. I'm going to worry about what makes me happy and what fills my cup because you deserve that.
Exactly.
Period.
Exactly.
Period.
All right, y'all. So this is a wrap. It's time for me to go. I had an amazing time with my co-host this afternoon.
Same.
We had a good studio session today. It's time for us to head out. I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, whatever your time you're watching this. And I'll see y'all in the next episode, okay?
Bye. Guys.
All right.